Well, there's yet another effort to deny the will of Nebraska voters.
I kind of feel like Dan Parsons. Dan Parsons lost his job on the conservative talk radio show in Lincoln for using the F word. You know what the F word is? Facts.
Hi, it's Dan Parsons with the Go Fact Yourself Fact of the Week. Well, if you've been following the fight to make medical marijuana legally available for Nebraska patients, some of which have absolutely no other remedy to ease their pain and suffering, well, there's yet another effort to deny the will of Nebraska voters. According to reporting by Andrew Wegley from the Lincoln Journal-Star, Nebraska Attorney General Mike Hilgers and more than a dozen sheriffs from across the state signed a letter to lawmakers urging them not to pass a bill regulating medical marijuana, which, by the way, 71% of state voters supported legalizing in November's election. As we reported last week, a legislative committee advanced a compromise proposal that would dictate who can use, prescribe, and sell medical cannabis in Nebraska while placing limits on how much marijuana patients could possess, how many dispensaries could be licensed to sell it, and where it could be sold. But in a letter to lawmakers Wednesday and at a news conference unveiling the letter, Republican Attorney General Mike Hilgers said that the compromise proposal is, quote, a recreational marijuana bill that would supercharge the black market in Nebraska. Okay, how does AG Hilgers come to that conclusion? Well, as best I can tell, under the compromise language that was voted out of committee last week, patients would not be allowed to smoke marijuana, but it would allow for marijuana to be inhaled through vaporization, which committee members said would honor the ballot measure language. So, how are lawmakers responding to this latest threat? The Journal-Star reports that Senator Rick Holdcroft, the chairman of that committee, and one of two Republicans who voted with Democrats to send the compromise bill to the legislative floor for a vote, simply shrugged when told of Hilgers' news conference and said the Attorney General's letter would not change how the legislature moves forward. Quote, many members of the unicameral, I think, are not in favor of advancing it, Holdcroft told the Journal-Star. Quote, but then again, we have a referendum which was passed by 71% of voters. So I feel an obligation to try and move the bill forward, Senator Holdcroft said. Well, good for you, Senator. Let's keep it up. A friend of Dan, Krista Eggers, of course, the champion and executive director of Nebraskans for Medical Marijuana, issued this statement a little while ago. Quote, Attorney General Hilgers' continued legal challenges and now attempts to manipulate the legislature are among the primary reasons why Nebraskans still lack and may continue to be denied legal access to safe, regulated medical cannabis, Krista said. Quote, our fight remains as it always has, as a voice for Nebraska patients, real people in our communities who are suffering. As long as patients like Will, Janan, Kyler, Colton, and countless others are suffering, you have our unwavering commitment. We will never stop fighting, end quote. Krista, that's inspiring. You are inspiring. The people that you are fighting for inspire us. So let's keep this fight alive. Don't give up, folks. Call your state senator and remind them what we voted for. And we'll continue to update this developing story. Well, there you go. The Go Fact Yourself Fact of the Week. Go Fact Yourself t-shirts are available from our friends at Raygun, the greatest store in the universe, in Omaha, Lincoln, or online. Partial proceeds support local journalism right here in Nebraska and our friends at Flatwater Free Press. Now go do good things. I'm Dan Parsons.